Hello and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space 2, Series 7, Episode 61. I'm JC Proton, and we're picking up at turn 210. We are playing Horatio on Endless Difficulty in an Endless Duration game. I want to start off, I had a question from one of our viewers. Orion9590 had asked, how do the names work? I think I think what they were asking about was this crazy naming convention that I use. With all these letters and numbers and stuff. It's like, what's going on here? So I'll run through that first. Essentially, the idea is I can't keep, like, if I just use the default names, that's fine when you have an empire that's 10, 15, 20, 25 systems. But when I get up to where I've got an empire that's 60, 80, 100, 120 star systems, then all those names kind of become meaningless to me. And at a glance, when I'm looking at a list of them, I don't know where that system is. So I go with letters, and essentially the first letter is the area that it is. On like an ovoid map, I would do one letter per constellation typically. In this one, it's I'm going. This is all of this is A. All of this is going to be B. Something up here is going to be C. And I haven't really figured out exactly where D, E, F, G, H are going to be. And so that lets me know that if it starts with an A, it's going to be a system here. And then the next letter is the colonization order. So AA was the first system, AB was the second system, AC was my third system, colonized, and so on. So the most recent system colonized in this area is AP. So that I can know at a glance where it is and where is it in the founding order, colony like founding order, so that I can know roughly how strong the system is. Like I know AA is going to be vastly more powerful than AP. That's the stats on AA versus AP. Is puny and weak right now, right? Another thing then is we get into the numbers. So AA prime. So AA 4 has four planets that are rocky planets, right? And if you say look at AB 41, it's in the A area as my second system founded, and there are four rocky planets and one gas planet. So I can tell at a glance how many of the planets are rocky, how many are gas, and what's the total, right? So I know that's a 5-planet system, and there's a unique planet there. This prime has a unique. Sikagoja is unique, but that's all I have for unique planets. As you see, none of the rest of these are unique. Duce and Lyra, I simply haven't decided what to name them yet, so I'm just leaving them out there. And then I do a dash if they're on the star lane grid, and I'll do like a space or an underscore. Usually a space if they're like say Spica. If I captured Spica or colonized it, it would be. See, let me know PQ. So this would be AQ1, and there would be a space instead of a connecting line, indicating that it's off lane, off grid kind of system. And then after that, I have a star in place, indicating that the system has been leveled up to the maximum level. It's a level 4 system, which is as high as it gets. Over here, when you're upgrading your systems, this is the highest level, is to upgrade to level 4. And then also the star indicates that I have completed the completion of the building autonomous administration, which makes the system basically not count against your total number of systems you can colonize. So I've automated a lot of these. I've leveled them up to Colony 4 and completed autonomous administration, like say here AE. see, did he complete it? Maybe he. Yeah, okay. So you see, has not completed the building of autonomous administration yet. Compared to AD with a star, he's already completed it. It's not in the list here. So that's what that means. And then the letter B means I've completed a super biofuel factory at that system. So if I've completed a super biofuel factory, then it converts the extra food into industry if that system is at maximum population. So that's handy to know. As I'm sitting here looking at these colonization growths, I was like, oh, okay, well, AA and AB, it's like these ones have super biofuel factories, so if they're maxed out on population and they're not growing anymore, it's okay probably because the extra food that they have is going into creating more industry. Versus if I haven't, and I see it's maxed out, I'll be more inclined to try to shuffle those populations around so that it continues growing until I built a super biofuel factory. So that's how the naming convention that I'm using works for my systems. I know it's not really pretty. I went with something that I try to have it be short and concise because there's like a character limit and it gets kind of sloppy when the names are long. It truncates the name and stuff, or it wraps it around, and so I like to try to have it be easy to read. So it's really just for functionality. If I had a longer character limit, or I would go with something like this would be Archon, and this would be Absolution, and this was some other creative name, and it would be cool spacey type names or whatever. But I have a character limit, so I don't. So that's the naming convention I use for my systems, and as my empire becomes super massive, I fully intend to control probably the whole galaxy. Honestly, I'll probably take over the whole thing if it goes that well. Let's see. Fleets can be renamed. For example, say Fourth Harmonious Shoal is located at Ducey. All right. So if I want, I can rename the Fourth Harmonious Shoal. I just click on it, click rename. That's going to become Ducey Defense Fleet. Sorry about my loud keyboard. I know my keyboard's kind of loud. So that's Ducey Defense Fleet, right? So you can do that. You can rename heroes. Admiral Scales Galena. Maybe you go to inspect and then you just click on the name and say whatever you want to name. You can either confirm or cancel, or you can back it up and change it to whatever. Not sure what else we rename. I think that's everything that comes to mind. Hero systems, fleets. Okay, and then let's see here. So anyway, let's get rocking into the video. Go ahead and move all our fleets. I don't think we're going to be able to get here in time yet. No, we're not to Bracia yet. Bracia? I don't know. And that's another reason to rename systems, because I don't know how to pronounce them. Right. Okay, so we're moving fleets around. Here's a cool thing. Yeah, sowers. Let's splice them. So that'll give us +1 food production and minus 0.5 depletion points per turn on planets that are depleted to our main Horatio population. So this will go up to a +13, and we'll get the depletion mechanic, or the replenishment mechanic, maybe you call it. So anyway, we're going to splice these guys out. Boom. And they're gone. But they'll live on inside all of us Horatio from this point forward. See, now it's plus 13, and we reverse depletion. So that's going to be pretty cool going forward as we take the Craver systems. Alright, that guy sees... And this guy sees there's like, hey, there's fleets out there moving around and doing stuff. Yes. Yes, they are. Talitha, he's an attacker. We'll have him guard. And any other fleet movement? That's it for fleet movement, I guess. I guess it's okay to leave him there. I kind of want to think maybe Batten is a little bit safer for him. Yeah, I got this little baby siege going on. Wrath and Corvus. These fleets are just hanging out. They're just kind of hanging out, man. Here we've got the Unfallen. They're guarding the heck out of Elma for whatever reason. You have Lumeris or sieging over here at Botha. Still, and it's very slowly going down. The United Empire is mustering fleet, building battleships and cruisers. So their ships are half as good as mine, roughly. And let's see over here, Riftborn are just chilling. Got going on. I got medium ships here, 3,000 attack on their hunter type ships, 2,000 on others. So they, Ripborn definitely have some fleet going on. see if things pop off over here and see if they get a throwdown going or not. And I want to say that's about it for fleet stuff. I didn't really notice where the Sophon fleet went. Not really paying much attention to it. I'm not seeing big fleets flying around down here. Oh, there it is. Maybe is that it? Anyway, let's run through these messages here. Yeah, they're worried about
it is with
alliance.
Joy and devotion that we
know not what game you play.
Yeah, I don't want any alliances because I don't want to go to war yet. Governor Crazy Frog. I'm guessing we'll do that one. Koro's Apogee. Okay, so we're at 23 of 26 for Lumeris. So when we have 3 more, then we'll splice them. And let's see, how soon will we be getting 3 more? There's 1. One there, one there, one there. Well, there's 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll get those 3 without even having to shuffle any. And there's probably still some flying around. So let's see if I need to deal with any of this stuff. That one's super biofuel. AL. So the recent thing that added Recent research completed added additional population slots on gas giants. You just see that show up here at AL where there's 2 gas giants. They've got 8 open population slots here. I guess I shuffled them around here over to this, which makes sense because it's higher production. Okay, cool. Lyra is pushing back. Lyra's up to 66 influence. That'll go up a lot when I build the National Museum and do some terraforming to improve these planets so that they're happier. And then I'll also build a microwave pipe as well. Pretty soon, probably within 10 turns or so. And that'll give them, another +2 influence per pop, so that'll be around 40 or 50 population, right? So that's going to be an extra 80 to 100 influence. So we'll be pushing back pretty well against these guys. I think we'll do okay. So let's look at our build. Hughes, we completed an attacker there and there. You can see I'm building a truckload of mech suit quarters. Basically everywhere where I have strategic or luxury resources, I'm building mech suit quarters relatively soon to try to boost up the resource production. This is at 57 for Blue Cap, 21 for Endless Foundries, and Meta Intelligence is 26.5. I do want to level up these bullion freighters for our trade companies, but I also am kind of holding money in reserve to be able to buy more antimatter out of the marketplace. You see the prices are coming down. The luxuries are really coming down. I mean, the strategics are really coming down in price nicely. You see some of these are really cheap. There was something like 100,000 or so in transactions that happened in the marketplace this turn. So I guess I got 10% of that. So I got like an extra 10,000 dust or something. So that's cool. And there's still no heroes. So let's see. So AE, so we're going to go ahead and queue up the autonomous administration. I'll probably put it in, I'd say it's that important. Well, I'll put it in there. And then I'm not going to note that it's upgraded yet until it's done or it's actually about to be done. And let's see, what else do we have to look at here? That's it. That's basically all set. I'm just flying these these small ships into locations to guard. Just going to start putting small ships guarding all over in preparation for war with Cravers. Okay, I think that's everything. So let's go ahead and advance the turn. And I think the thing I want to watch is here. Let's advance over here, and then we'll make sure we get this curiosity exploration from the photo bomber quest line. The reward for that is 50 antimatter. this one, if I'm in the top first or second place, I get 50 antimatter. So that'd be pretty cool. The turns are taking longer and longer to advance. So it looks like I'm almost 300 points ahead of the Cravers now. So I'm pulling out in the first place. I'm going to go ahead and grab that curiosity for the quest. $60 research. Woohoo! Not super relevant. And I'll probably move this guy back this way just to give some vision radius. Dude can guard, this guy can guard. He can wait, he can just wait, he can wait, he can wait. That dude can just hang out. Okay, so that's all the fleet movement. He wants a trade agreement.
We know not what game you play.
I'll tell you the game I'm playing to win. Okay, hero leveled up. Yeah, we're going to take the industry. Fleet Commander, Admiral Battle. Plus 6 movement on fleet. Yes. Thank you. Boom. That is pretty solid. More food. Yep. More influence. Okay. Populations grew. Yep. Looks good, looks good. We're going to manage that right now. Okay, so Lumeris, I have 28 of the 26 I need. So we're going to just go ahead and splice them. Oh, I kind of overshot a little bit. That happens sometimes. It's okay, not the end of the world. Now Horatio are at +5. Dust instead of +3. And we have some extra Sowers and Lumeris. I'll manage that off screen or off camera, whatever. I'll kind of clean up my populations and ship them around, do that kind of stuff. And let's see where we at here. Microwave pipes completed on Sikagoja. I'll probably build some more of those. This one's the AH completed that, so let's queue up the autonomous administration. You know what? I bet we have enough to build another one, don't we? Yep, we sure do. Yep, we just got it. We just got it to where we can do it. So I think that's AP is the only one left. This one's already got it in progress. So AP, yeah. Let's go to AP. Queue him up. So we're actually going to be pushed into conquering because these resources are a max of $9.99. So it's use it or lose it. Either you sell them into the excess into the marketplace. But if I'm accumulating these at the fastest rate, and let's say I get to something like around 100 per turn, of blue cap. Then that means I need to be conquering systems and expanding at a rate of about one system per turn to be able to use those, right? On the final upgrades. So I'm going to have to get my conquering pretty active, because you only have at 10 at 100 per turn. That's only 10 turns worth of supply before you're losing it. So the invasions are going to have to start here in within about the next 10 or 15 turns. So we are okay. So we completed this one here. I guess the Imperator class. Let's take a quick look at that. Since these are going to be our carriers. And that is what these bad boys look like. They're huge. Alright, so the way I would kit it out, let's see, we'd put engines on it, and then we would, let's see, how far can we go with bombers? Okay, and I would probably go with one of these squadrons being fighters instead. And then for defense, see how much can we do for weaponry? Okay. And defense, what are we looking at here? So we'd probably go single armor, double shield. And the cost would be like this. Wow, 1,700. I mean 17. So using these squadrons is pretty expensive. Now the old way I would do it, so it's like 9,000 attack power, something like that. And do we have any? We don't have any squadron boosters yet. So what I would normally do, if I was doing all direct fire weapons, probably about like that is what I would normally do. So it's basically just a giant version of what I do for small and medium attackers. That would be what I would normally build. But I'm going to make a special effort on this game to try to go with bombers and fighters, just to see what it looks like. I think I'm going to be so overwhelmingly powerful that it won't really matter that much. So I think I can just go for it, just for fun. If push really comes to shove, then sure, I'll go with direct fire, because I know those are pretty good. Mech suit quarters completed. So I think I'll update the system build queues off camera as well. And just kind of get that cleaned up. And so the next thing we're researching is the upgraded version of that same ship, which will be done in 3 turns. We're at 40,000 per turn because I had a lot of systems that were building industry into research, and I changed those around so that they could build these mech suit quarters. So I want to try to get those resources flowing. I do want to build microwave pipes a lot of places, and I'm probably going to prioritize doing that based on population. So like AI, perfect chance to go ahead and just do that, right? I'll probably do it there. AG looks like a pretty good candidate. Sikagoja, does he have them already? I think he already has them. Yeah. And okay, good candidate for it. He's going to build these other things first. Probably do that. So that's everybody over 50 population will have them. Looks like this guy already has them. AC already has microwave pipes. Yeah. So that's probably about enough. I might do a little more. I might buy some antimatter out of the market. Stuff is getting really cheap. Some of these strategics are getting really cheap, man. The Hyperium and Titanium are both really cheap. Even Adamantium is pretty cheap, right? Where a Calcix is less than 100. So Quadernix is only 200. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. A lot of people are selling off those advanced resources. So I might do that. I might buy up some of this Hyperium, or not Hyperium, antimatter, and queue up some more of these microwave pipes. Also going to be building Shun cartels as well, to increase the system trade value a bit. So I think I'll do some of that stuff, spend some time doing that off camera, and when we come back, it'll probably be turn 212, maybe the end of 211, but probably turn 212 will be where we start our next episode. So until then, thank you guys for watching.